Episode 19 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what we have on the menu for today. Pixel art games. Are we getting oversaturated with them? Twitches has a new upload feature, but is it a real threat to YouTube? And Fortnite might be coming to the Switch. Big deal or not so much? Let's get it started. What is up, guys? Episode 19. I'm your host, Patrick from NintenTalk. I'm joined by the best co-host on the planet, Joe. Joe, after work. What's up, dude?
Oh, it's early. It's nice and early. I'm doing good.
And Bobby, the Nintendo guru.
The
what is up,
guru.
man?
The salty guru.
The salty guru. Oh
I'm
my
the salty
God.
guru. I don't know who said that, but I don't know what your problem is. I just speak the facts. If you don't like it, there's the door. See you later. Nah,
He doesn't know about that Jersey bluntness, man.
Exactly, man. It's just how I am. I'm sorry.
That East Coast
Listen,
bluntness.
I sincerely apologize if I have offended you, whoever you are, randomly person.
He doesn't apologize. He doesn't apologize.
I really don't give a damn. It is what it is. No, it's cool. It's fine. I don't know that I'm salty. Would you say that I'm salty?
Bobby's a straight savage.
I'm just
You're
full of piss and
you're
vinegar.
upfront about your feelings.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. I'll just tell you how I feel. If you don't like it, then it's just how it is. But that's isn't that what you want? Do you want?
Yeah, we need.
Do you want cookie cutter Bobby? That's just like, I love everything. Everything is wonderful. Sonic is the greatest game ever made. Kirby,
Please, we have one of those already.
Kirby is amazing. No,
It is, but yeah.
No.
So Bobby's been kind of MIA on YouTube. But are you MIA on gaming? What have you been playing, man?
No, I haven't been MIA on gaming. I've been playing some Xenoblade Chronicles. I've been playing some. Yesterday I streamed Mario Kart. I streamed. Oh God. Oh, what's that other game I was playing? Rocket League last night. I was streaming some of that. Dude, I've been playing this game for review. It's let me look it up. I forget the name of it. It's something Skyrocket. It's this like fighter pilot type game, right? They sent they sent me a review code for it the other day, and it's different. It's different. I'm going to say that. The jury's still kind of out. Skyforce Reloaded is what it's called. So when I got
I saw that on the eShop. Yeah,
it comes out next week. So when I first looked at it, I was like, man, I want to get this game, dude. I don't know, man. I got about 6-7 hours into it because what I've been doing is I've been actually like watching and playing Hulu on the one TV, and on the other TV I just been gaming. And so I was playing that game because that game's kind of like, right now my review wouldn't be very good on it. I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of repetitive, a lot of playing the levels over and over and over and over again, like grinding to get stronger so you can move
now, is that a shoot 'em up? Is that a shoot 'em up?
Yeah. But the weird thing is, like, if you beat a stage, you still might not have enough tokens to move on to the next. It's kind of like a Mario type thing. But the problem is like, in order to get tokens, you got to do 4 things. You have to rescue all the people that are on the level, that's not that hard. You need to go through the level without getting hit once, which is tough. Defeat all the enemies on the stage, which is tough. And then I forget the other one. But it's like, dude, these aren't easy tasks. And you're asking on some of them, it's like, oh, you got to have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 things in order to move on. And it's like, but the problem is like you go back, you grind, you get coins, stars in this case, to upgrade your weapons. But it's like, man, I've been like upgrading. And it feels like the upgrades aren't super powerful. And it's like, so you're constantly going back and upgrading stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully this game turns quick for me, man, because I've been, like I said, been having it for like anywhere from 5 to 10 hours. And I'm just like,
I mean, you spend that much time on it, that should kind of give you an idea.
By this point, come on, you son of bitches. The other thing I've been playing is because my wife kind of forced me on this one, is Fallout 4. And so I originally played this back when it first came out, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this, and I set it down. And then she went and played it, and she platinumed it on the PS4. Yeah, Joe.
Holy crap.
Exactly. This is a girl that only played like Animal Crossing and stuff, and she platinumed Fallout 4. Dude. It is insane. This is probably her favorite game of all time. So for Christmas, I bought her, because I had a feeling she was going to get me an Xbox for Christmas. So I bought her a the Pip-Boy edition for Xbox, right? Which comes with, for those who don't know, when you play the game, you have this little mechanical thing that sits on your arm that like controls everything.
Yep.
Well, the Pip-Boy edition comes with that, plus the game and all the DLC and all that stuff. So I bought her that for Christmas. So she went to her mom's for a couple weeks to watch her mom's dog while she went away. I didn't realize this. She had told her mom to buy her an Xbox One while she went over there, so she had something to do for the 2 weeks, right? And I'm like, okay. She's like, so she took the game, and I'm like, well, damn, I was gonna actually try it, you know, but I'm like, okay, no problem. So I started playing the PS4 version while she's at her mom's house playing the Xbox One version, and I'm like sending her questions like, how do I do this, and what the hell is this, and she's like telling me all this stuff like it's like I'm an idiot, and I'm like, oh my god. But I'm starting to like the game a little bit. It's actually kind of fun. It's been good so far. So yeah, if it comes to Switch, I wouldn't be too upset if it came to Switch.
I can't do that all over again. That game, the ending I got, man.
Dude, she went through. This is how insane she was, dude. I watched her play it because at the time she was playing down here, obviously, because the PS4 is down here, and I'd be like editing videos and watching her play, and she got to this point where she's like, okay, I need to save, and I was like, okay, and she's like, she saves just before she picks her faction, her final faction. She picks her faction, goes through, beats the game, rolls credits, stops, reloads once the trophy pops, she reloads back to the other save file, picks another faction, goes through, beats the game, rolls credits, and then does it again. And I'm like, holy crap, woman. So then the hardest trophy is getting like, this is like the most difficult trophy in the entire game. It's trying to make your sanctuary 100% love you. And it's not easy, because you gotta like do all these different things, like put paintings up and put this up and do this and that, and it's balls hard, man. And when that trophy popped, dude, she like was flipping out, man. She was like, oh my god, I did. It was nuts, dude. It was nuts. But Sean Capri's wife did it first. So Sean Capri's wife, Chelsea, she did it. So when I told Tony that, she kind of got like, well, I want to do it too. And I was like, okay. And she did. She went through a platinum day. And I'm like, oh my god.
That's insane, dude. Because, you have to restart the entire game if you don't save at that point. If you don't know
where to do it at, you're done. You have to go all the way back and play it again. Dude, but she just...
Oh my god.
My god, dude. It was like watching an animal play a game. Like, I've never seen anybody... like, she just... Well, I've seen people do it, and they're hardcore gamers. You know what I mean? Like, to see her never play a game of that caliber before, just take full ownership of it and be like, I'm doing this. Like, it was insane, dude. But,
dude.
So what about you, man? What are you playing?
Holy moly, dude. I beat Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god.
What's that, 140?
What a journey. I think I've tapped out at 130 hours-ish.
Madman.
That ending is still messing with my brain.
Oh god.
I need Bobby to finish this game so we can talk about it.
I just got to the point where you unlock the second character in Pyra.
Okay, so chapter 3.
Yeah,
end of chapter 3.
I just ended chapter 3. I'm into chapter 4, and it's like, here we go. this is.
Oh my God, dude! To save any spoilers, I'm just not gonna talk about it until Bobby's finished. But my gosh, that was a great game. I need to go back and play Xenoblade Chronicles 1 because I've got some questions.
Oh, really? So they do tie together a little bit.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
You don't know, but you think it ties together?
I'm thinking yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what? X is just this weird like.
X is just weird.
This weird spin-off.
I like that.
Things that has like references to Xenogears and Xenosaga because it's the same group of people that made those games.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and I didn't realize we might have mentioned this before. Tetsuya Nomura did like most of the character design in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is really awesome. Those of you who don't know who Tetsuya Nomura is, he's done like a ton of art design for Final Fantasy games throughout the years. He's legendary. But yeah, that Monster Hunter World, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and Celeste, and Earth Wars as well, based on Patrick's recommendation.
Good.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I've been playing. I was playing Breath of the Wild, and then like a bunch of indies came out. So I haven't bought some indies in a while. I say a while, it was like a month. But I saw Earth Wars, and I saw some gameplay of it, and it looks just like Muramasa, like from the Wii. So I picked that up. I'm pretty happy with it. I played like the first like couple chapters. And then I saw the light, guys. Celeste is freaking beautiful. Jesus Christ. I like, honestly, it's on the Shovel Knight like pedestal. Yes. No. Yes.
No, don't.
I'm having fun with that game. I wouldn't call it Shovel Knight.
Let's not get blasphemous over there.
All right. Play a little bit. No, so it's kind of like disguised as like a 2D like pixel. Okay, I've played this a million times. The platforming is like fantastic though, but the story is like what got me. There's actually like a story here, and there doesn't need to be a story. Like it's that kind of genre, but yeah, dude, it's awesome. I think I'm on like chapter 5 of that, so I expect Bobby to pick
I'm on
up.
chapter 0.
Listen out, man. I was surprised because IGN gave it a 10, and I was like, what?
Whoa.
But yeah, it's very good, really good. Speaking of which, kind of going to our first topic about pixel art games. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter blatantly saying that they're not going to get Celeste just because of the art style, just because it's kind of like
that's
yeah. So I wanted to pose the question to you guys: are we oversaturated? And is this kind of, because I know these kind of styles go in waves. I remember when it first came back, it was like a big thing, and people were like, "Oh, this is really nice." But now it's come to the point where people are almost looking forward to like 3D games again, which is kind of weird. I will start with Joe here. Are we oversaturated? Is this?
I mean, we're oversaturated in the market in general with video games. It's so hard to keep up, but I can understand how like people are like, okay, I'm kind of done here. Let me move on to this thing. But I mean, they're gonna keep coming out. They're gonna hopefully keep making profit off games like this. I particularly don't care whether something's 3D or pixel art or something like that. I like the pixel art design. I like the 3D design of video games. I just want to make sure, I want to know if the story is good or not is really what it comes down to for me. And then, I worry about the other things after the fact, the gameplay, then if the characters look really awesome, like in Xenoblade, the art style there with like the 3D with the semi cell shadiness, sort of. It's really hard to describe what that is. Looks really awesome. And then you have games like Celeste, which have really awesome environmental backgrounds and stuff like that, and like connecting with people in like that whole like very lonely looking world is really awesome. I think it's like, yes, it looks cool, but to kind of not play a game because, oh, I'm done with this particular style of game is a little silly, but everyone has their own flavor of ice cream that they want to pick, and they'll go with for a little bit, and then they get tired of it after a while. So I guess, if they're tired of it, so let it be, move on to the next thing, and then let it come around again, almost like a fad of some sort. But I don't think, those type of games should take a break or go into back burner or anything like that. I think they should always be around, and I think video game designers should do what they feel works best for them, what they like to do, what they think will particularly grab that particular story. And if that's pixel art, then let it be pixel art.
Yeah. I mean, the longevity, I think, is the most appealing thing. Because, like, Shovel Knight still looks great. Mutant Mud still looks great. So,
Super Mario still looks great.
Yeah, Super Mario, yeah. Bobby, what do you think about this, man?
So you want the opinion of the salty guru, I see. So
the salty guru.
No, sorry. No, I got this guy that I do this show with every now and again. His name's Jules Watcham. You might have heard of him. Indie developer. He makes pixel art games. And we've had this conversation, actually. And, we both kind of feel like, yeah, the people are kind of tired of it because everything is pretty much hitting that point. You know what I mean? Like, people are just kind of tired of it because it's like every single game coming down the pipe right now is pixel art. And, I mean, it's ultimately why he's looking at doing the Kickstarter for Chicken Wiggle, is because he's like, well, it'll give a different feel to it. You know what I mean? Like, it'll give that different vibe and maybe set it apart from what everybody else is doing. So, when you look at things like that, it's like, okay, this makes a little sense why people are growing tired of it. To not pick a game up because of the pixel art style, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. A good game's a good game. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
What my problem is that these games are pixel art, and they feel very overpriced. I love Blossom Tales, but man, $20 for Blossom Tales, that game's not really worth $20. It is relatively short. It's about a 5-hour game. That's a little bit pricey for a 5-hour game.
And you beat that in 5 hours? Jeez.
Like that, give or take, anywhere from 5 to 9 hours, something like that. I forget exactly what it was, but it wasn't like I just pushed through. With Blossom Tales, there's different ways to beat it. Either you can just go out, find all the secrets, do everything, and beat it, or you can just trudge through and storm through and beat it. And I kind of did that because I had to do a review. Don't get me wrong, I love Blossom Tales, but to look at it and go like, man, is this really a $20 game? I don't know. And that's what's holding me back on Celeste, because I'm tired of shelling out $20 for games and not knowing whether they're worth it or not. And it's okay, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10, but man, I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know if I'm going to like it. And it's like $20 is a little bit difficult pill to swallow when I'm looking at things and I'm just like, it's actually made me pump the brakes a little bit, because there's so much stuff hitting the Switch right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's pixel art, and I don't know what's good or what's bad. And I'm tired of just throwing money at games. Like, I've done the whole I'm going to support everybody thing. I'm done with that. Now it's time to, you need to impress me, and you need to blow me away and make me fall in love with the game. And that's just where I'm at right now. I'm not super hyped for a lot of stuff that's been showing up right now. So we'll see. And when I'm looking at games coming up on the horizon that I want to buy, a game like a $20, a $20 bill for a pixel art game, I'm not holding it in the pixel art genre. Like, I'm not saying like, well, it's a pixel art game, doesn't deserve $20. No. What I'm saying is like, for $20, it better be a meaty game. There better be a lot to it. I better be getting my value out of it. And so when I look at a game like Celeste and I go, do I want to drop $20 on this? I don't know. I never heard of this. I never heard of the development team. Maybe I did, and I just don't realize I did. I never heard.
They made Towerfall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Towerfall essentially.
And that's not a reason for me to buy the game. I wasn't a fan of
Yeah.
that game. You know what I mean? So when I look at that and I go like, okay, but you know, when I look at a game like Dragon Quest Builders, and I'm like, and that's a $50 game, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna like that game. I know, because you know why? They gave me a demo, and I tried the demo, and I'm like, I want this game, and I already pre-ordered it. You know what I mean? I pre-purchased it. Like even a game like, you know, let's look at a game like Lost Sphear. It's a $50 game. I've held on to, I haven't bought that yet. I know.
Hey.
I've been thinking about buying the physical copy. At least that way, give me a reason to spend the $50. But it's like, man, I don't know. It's
Spoilers. There's nothing on the inside.
Of course, it's the same as the other one. I know.
I hate that.
It's so stupid. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I will say the reason why I'm so high on Celeste is like because I was hesitant too to spend $20. $20, that's a lot for for a pixel art game. That's why I bring this whole thing up is because like I feel like the art style was something that held me back from it. But honestly, like the soundtrack's awesome, the story's really good. But I do think $20 is a little expensive. Like Blossom Tales, is it 20 or is it 15?
Well,
yeah.
I think it was $14.99.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
But yeah, that was a reason why I still haven't picked it up. I don't even know why I picked up Celeste, to be completely honest. That was after the review too. So, but yeah, I mean, the thing that irks me the most is when you go on the eShop and you see the like cover art for the game, and it's like, oh, look at this cartoony thing, and then you click on it and it's like, looks like someone threw up.
It's a card game, yeah.
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 That's
I think it's easy to read crap on the eShop right now because although there's like games coming out like wildfire, it seems like it's pretty easy to tell what's not gonna work and what is. Like there's been since October we've been starting to get like the huge waves of indie games, and it was even hard for me to catch on. I was just like, okay, let's tone it back, take a minute. What am I gonna actually plan on picking up and playing this week? Like, let's take a moment. Don't go crazy like feeling like you have to get everything on there. Freaking like space it out. Look at what's there. Look at like, okay, does this game interest you? I think the other thing is like I try not to put too much of a price on time with like certain games, like the amount of time, a length of time a game should be compared to the price too, because I feel like that can be like a case by case thing too, because I think with like Blossom Tales, yeah, you can beat it in a short amount of time, but then you have like this whole other world, and that's kind of like the same thing with It'll Do Too, where the game was like $30 I think for the physical version, and yeah, you can kind of beat that game in a few hours, or you can go through everything and spend like about 20 hours going through everything, which is crazy too, because that game, both games have spikes in difficulties and can get really nutso really quick if you just kind of veer off in the world. Same thing with like a game like Skyrim. Someone can spend 30 hours on it, beat the game, or someone can still spend 1,000 hours on that game and going through every single little side quest and not even touch the DLC. So
yeah, Odyssey is like the perfect example.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, you beat the game in like 5 hours or something like that.
I wish the eShop. I don't know if PlayStation does it because I've never owned like a PS4, but on the Xbox store, when you go on the games, you can kind of scroll down and see gameplay of it. Like different people upload gameplay clips. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish that Switch did that because these games are awfully deceiving sometimes. Like the screenshots and like I know some of them have trailers, but it would be nice if like all of them had trailers.
Yeah.
Maybe if
that seldom
Nintendo was okay with like Let's Plays and all that stuff, we could that stuff. That's a nice thing. You're right, man, because like the cool thing about Xbox is like if I'm curious about whether I should get something or not, I can just go into Mixer, watch people play something, and they go, you know what, that interests me, I'm gonna go get it. It's because it's all built right into the console. I don't have to switch and go look at something. I don't have to sit there and go like, oh wait a minute, let me go YouTube a couple of things on this. I can just literally click a button and go, okay, let me watch this guy play this for a minute. Okay, good, and then go buy it. Or go, you know what, man, that doesn't look like it's for me. I'm gonna skip it. So
Yeah, Nintendo could just have all my Nintendo Spotlight videos for all these games. I'm just saying.
Who's this Joe
Just saying.
kid?
Yeah. It's nuts though, man, because when you look at this stuff, it's like there's just so much stuff coming right now. It is, man. I really thought there'd be a break, and it just doesn't feel like there's a break. And it's like, this is just...
Nah, they kept it going, which is a good thing. And then sometimes like, oh man, what's good, what's not?
Yeah, you're right.
This next month is pretty packed. The first packed month, I guess.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
So
Builders, Bayonetta 2. There was another game in between those two that I'm forgetting. Like, there's a week, Valentine's Day week is like stacked.
yeah,
It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, the PS4 does do like you can see the broadcast and the trailer next to each other. So like,
speaking of big stuff next week, are you going, Pat?
I am.
Oh, there you
Can we
go.
talk about that? Can we talk about that? I don't even know.
This comes out next week. I don't see why you can't. They didn't tell us. We couldn't say anything. I am not going.
oh no.
I know. Well, that's why Pat is going. It's because I'm not going.
No.
So why don't we, Bobby?
Yeah,
Wants
okay.
you?
So Zoink Games reached out to me last week, and they were like, "Hey, Bobby, we want to invite a bunch of people to a bunch of different EA sponsored events for Faye, their new upcoming game. We want you to be there." And I was like, "Okay, sign me up." And then they were like, "Well, who else would you want to go?" So I told them Joe here after work. I told them Patrick. I told them Joseph Moran. And she came back to me and was like, "We can only do 2, so we're going to take you and Joe." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine, no big deal." And then she gave me the date. And the way it turns out is the date is actually my wedding anniversary. And I was like, "Yeah,
That's understandable.
yeah, I'm like, I am going to skip." I told Tony, and Tony was like, "Well, go." And I'm like, I would much rather go to dinner with you than go to New York. And as much as I want to do this, you're more important to me than this.
Aww.
So
You passed the test, folks.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's like, "You can go."
Yeah,
Like, no, I know better.
And I'm like, yeah.
No,
I'm
that
like,
was the.
that's a trap. That's a trap, biatch. He ain't going down that route. And
One day you'll just wake up and a Joy-Con just like shoved down your throat.
yeah, like no. We're gonna pass this one. And I'm like, no. I'd rather go with, which is true. It's absolutely true. I'd rather go with her than do this. So I backed out. I told Alex from Zoink, and she's like, "Oh man," she goes, "I understand, no problem." She's like, "I'm gonna try to push to get one of the other guys. I'm gonna go to Patrick first, and then I'll go to Joe." And I was like, "That's perfect." So then I messaged Patrick. I'm like, "Dude, answer the email right away as soon as you get it." And it is. So what it is it's an event. It's a preview event. EA is paying for these guys to get there, which is kind of cool. They're paying for the train ticket, and then you get there, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what you're going to play and all that, but that's kind of cool, man. It's kind. There's going to be supposedly there's some bigger YouTubers there, so that's kind of cool. Just do me one favor. I beg of you both. When you see Klaus, all right, he's the CEO of Zoink. I'll give you guys a picture. Look him up or whatever. Just go up to him, shake his hand, give him a hug. Say, "This is from Bobby." He says, "Thank you." Say he wanted to come, but he didn't. He was afraid you were going to try to make him eat some rotten fish.
Rotten fish. Oh my god.
Mr. Klaus.
Yes. So,
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be in New York City too, so my boy Joe will be there.
Yeah.
And then you guys gotta go to
it's my hometown. Let's go.
Now, are you? Now, Patrick, are you going and staying there? Or are you just going in and going back home?
So me and Dave are driving up.
Okay.
And we're just gonna chill out for the day. I think we're going back though.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you were staying, I'd come the next morning.
Yeah. Well, I have work at 3 p.m. the next day. I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah. But yeah, it'll be
have to
a
make
fun
a full
time.
night out of it then.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. That game looks crazy. I was looking at another gameplay of it. It's nuts.
It looks awesome.
And that is a 3D game.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So last week, I think one of our someone in the community passed away. Went to Twitch. Mr. Guru here.
What the hell
So
you doing?
I was
Passed
like,
away.
wait, whoa,
I'm like,
what?
who the hell died,
Dude, you
man?
caught me so off guard with that.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
wait, what?
So yeah, that's a weird transition.
Yeah, no kidding.
Joe, why don't you shut me up so I don't get kicked off?
Oh my God. Let's not get this video demonetized. All right, bring it back up on track.
All right.
Too late. Good. So, you guys, we talked about this briefly last week with like more so on the YouTube end and, you know, some of the changes that they were making towards subs and whatnot, and people kind of moving over to Twitch with this upload thing. Bobby did his first stream last weekend. It was great. It was awesome. Saw him do another one earlier yesterday, which was awesome. Did two back to back. Yo, he's pulling double duties now. Yeah, he's officially Twitch fam. He passed the test.
Yeah, man.
We accept him.
It was funny because like Bobby was like, "How do I host? How do I host?"
I don't do nothing, man. I am so new. It's not even
gotta
funny.
give you a crash course, man. You
But
let me know when you're free.
I'm doing a podcast at 10 a.m. Once that podcast is done, I want a Joe after work. I want a crash course.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So yeah, with, you know, the whole light of the YouTube stuff that's been happening once more, and then Twitch releasing their updated uploads features, which I will say, speaking from experience, because I tried a year ago to bring all my stuff from YouTube to Twitch, and it was just taking way too long in terms of all their features and how some of their stuff works. This has been 10 times better of an experience, a lot more smoother. I do have my qualms with the way Premieres works, because I didn't realize I was scheduling something to go live, and then people thought I was actually live streaming the video.
Yes.
And I had to explain the entire time that it wasn't, even though I put it in the title that it was a video on demand after I realized it had gone live. It's just a thing. People will not read titles. It's odd. It's like the opposite of YouTube. How do you guys see people moving over from YouTube over to Twitch, and more so, since this is more Nintendo centric? So the people who couldn't stream on Nintendo games because of, you know, them linking their entire channels to the Nintendo Creators Program and not going out of it. Do you see more of an influx of them going over to Twitch? Yeah. Like myself, like Bobby.
I mean, for me personally, the way, and I explained this week, I did a channel update. I'm going to stream everything over on Twitch. It's, gotta tell you, man, it is a much better setup when you're streaming. Wise.
Someone gets it.
When you sit there and you stream, it's got all your, like, your dashboard is like when you're sitting in a car and you're driving. You know, YouTube is like driving down the street, right? You have the speedometer, but you don't have the gas gauge. And it's like, so you're going 100 miles an hour. Oh, wonderful. But I just ran out of gas. What do I do now? You know what I mean? And with Twitch, it's like everything is there. You have the chat. You have the analytics. It's showing you your stream strength. It's showing you the actual video is much smaller, so they can fit everything on there. All your analytics on it. When you go to YouTube, it's this gigantic thing showing you the stream. I don't need to see a gigantic screen of my stream. I'm not even paying attention really what's going on in the stream. I just need to know that it's playing. That's it.
Yeah.
As far as everything else, it's all set up perfectly. So for me, streaming wise, it's above and beyond better. The reason why I decided to jump on Twitch now was because I wanted to get set up, get ahead of the curve, because when the video on demand thing actually gets its kinks worked out, because for me it's not worth it. It's not good enough to go yet. But when that thing goes and everybody goes, YouTube's in trouble, and that's my opinion. Because I feel like it's not anymore. It's not the little engine that's sitting there. Amazon is basically running Twitch now. So. And Amazon is no slouch. So once they put their money behind something, they look at it, it's going to turn the corner. I think that YouTube is going to be in trouble because of the fact of like you're going to start taking the smaller people are going to start going there first and building their audiences there, and then it's going to be basically do what's happening. For me, I feel like the video content will stay on YouTube for now, and then eventually, if it gets good, I'll just do both. To me, it doesn't matter to do both, but streaming wise, it's so much easier for me to stream on Twitch and then just click a button and it automatically shows up on YouTube. It's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
It's like, why wouldn't you do this, you know? So that's where I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. This has been going on, I think I noticed it like a year and a half ago, where these big, especially Nintendo YouTubers, would post these 10-second videos being like, hey, I'm streaming on Twitch right now. Go check it out. I'd be like, that's weird. But YouTube, the live stream is trash. I mean, just like Bobby said, I check if I'm live. That's basically all that dashboard does in the live chat. But yeah, I think that I don't know if Twitch can be. I know, like, when people think of live streams, they're going to go over to Twitch. But I think that YouTube is, because of that, they're going to upgrade their streaming service a lot better. I don't know if anything can compete with YouTube, though, in terms of, like, uploading videos and stuff. But I do think that YouTube's in trouble because the way that they've been treating the smaller guys. And, you know, yeah, you can have your big PewDiePies and stuff like that, but the smaller people, those are the viewers. Those are the subscribers of the big people. So I think that they are in trouble in that sense. And I think just like we had VidMe this past year, I think that anything that people can get early in on to become big, I mean, it poses a threat. But as far as like video content, Twitch is going to have to sell me on this new thing. But right now, what is it? Like, you have to create an event? Like, it's a weird thing?
Yeah, so you upload the video, it creates a thing called premieres is what they're calling it, and then that video then goes live. Now, the thing of that is, so before this update, you were able to do VODs and live stream those VODs if you wanted to. But if you just uploaded them, they were uploaded as a regular video, sort of like YouTube, and then you could set up your thumbnails, your metadata, all that stuff. You could schedule them out if you want to, or you can just kind of post it public when you want to. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way to work around the premieres thing, because now it's forcing you to put these videos up as a live stream, which I don't really want to do with a lot of my older content, because that was the whole point was, and I had a conversation with people from Twitch about a year ago, because I had been posting a lot of stuff, and they have like a whole forum feedback thing where if like a lot of my stuff got upvoted in regards to like upload file size. So they're like, when I say like their stuff was bare bones minimum uploading files, I think the minimum was about like 5 gigs. And I was like, can we get like 20 gig upload files, please, or something a little bit more beefier, because like no one from YouTube is going to be uploading their videos over here if their file sizes aren't a little bit bigger, especially if you're sending out like, you know, 4K stuff at some point. Not that I am, but like 4K files are huge. So that my suggestion got upvoted a lot, and they're like, okay, yeah, we hear you, we're gonna do this. Boom. So they upped it to 20 gigs. Their uploading was atrocious. Took forever. Like, I'm not being sarcastic. There was a week where a couple of my videos took about 8 hours at a time to upload to Twitch.
Damn.
Like single video every day. This is a huge improvement, but there's just that minor thing. Like if they can fix that to where it's like you don't have to always premiere a video. And again, it could just be something that I'm missing because I only did one test. Then I feel like that can eventually put a lot of people's minds at ease. A lot of smaller guys like us trying to, you know, build out and bring more content over. And the fact that there's no lingering thing of like, hey, you know, you can try to make money off this video or whatever. Like, we don't have that option. Even as an affiliate, we can't put ads on the video. I don't care. I just want these videos up there and not have to worry about that, not have to worry about like demonetization or, you know, because my video is demonetized, it's not going to, you know, get the attention of people out there. Like, I just want it there. So
Yeah.
I think that's a huge step to begin with. And that took about a year and a half before those updates rolled out. So hopefully these updates going forward are a little bit quicker, because they have been slow to start, but I think that's for a very good reason. And Twitch, I mean, as in YouTube, as far as I know, their live stream is still in beta. Is that right? Is it still in beta?
Looks
I
like
don't
it.
think it's well, I don't think it's in beta anymore. I think it's legit now.
That's legit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing is, like, you have to meet certain thresholds on YouTube. Like, their bandwidth requirements are insane to just do like 720. It's like you need to do like 4 megabytes or something like that in order to like stream at this current quality. Like, you have a little bit more flexibility on Twitch side to kind of do that. And I'm going into like the really behind the curtain stuff,
did say to
but
me immediately, like, they felt like my quality was better right off
Yeah.
Jump Street, you know, over on Twitch, which I didn't change my settings. I didn't do anything. I just started streaming.
yeah,
People were saying that it was better quality wise. I mean, I'm excited. I really am. Like, again, the community is just overwhelming and so positive. You know, I basically started last week, and I'm already I'm almost at 100 followers. Which people will go like, oh, you got like 1,300 subs over on YouTube, of course, but it's not that easy. Like, because
Nope.
It's a different beast. This is people actually watching you live stream. It's a different animal. Like, the people on YouTube want to watch video content. The people on Twitch want to watch live streaming content. So the ability to pull people over and just to be like, hey man, I'm trying to do this thing, and they're following, they're being supportive. Like, it's so cool to you know, like, I think last night, like, I had like 15 people at one point, but I was running like 13 to 15 all night long. And then you started streaming, and like we didn't eat each other's audiences. Like,
Nope.
I still had mine, and you had yours. And then I was done. I was like, hey, I'm going to host Joe, and I click it, and we after I figured
That
out
was
how to
awesome.
do it, and then we
That
all
was
move
fun.
over there, and it's like it's kind of cool, and it's that. But that thing, see, that's the thing with Twitch, YouTube. There's no ability for me to do that, to be like, hey guys, I'm gonna host Patrick's stream on mine.
Yeah.
So
It's all
Yeah.
like rating or something.
yeah, but they have rating over in Twitch as well, and that's where it started. But the thing of it is like, I don't have to do anything. Like, I don't have to go like, hey guy, I can actually just click, because here's the thing. Okay, so I hosted Joe, right? And then immediately pops up a link in the chat that people can click to go right to Joe's channel.
Yeah.
They push that
It's
whole
crazy, yeah.
sharing community thing. They realize we're better together than we are separate, and
Yep.
it brings on that vibe of like, we're all going to help each other. We're all going to do this. We're all in this together, and it's so much better, man. It really is.
Bobby Bomb.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like when they say like Twitch fam, yeah, it's like it's very much a thing based around community, which is
It is.
really awesome. And I've met a lot of awesome people through Twitch alone. Like, once I like started fully embracing Twitch back in like 2016, it was just a whole other beast. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I can just go here, talk to this person. Oh, that person's showing up in this stream chatting with us. What's
Yeah.
happening? Like, it's crazy.
It's nuts, man. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Seriously, guys, go follow these dudes on Twitch.
You'll be you're
I'm
coming.
It's the
Yeah, Patrick's
Just-
coming. It's coming. I feel
listen,
it.
go over there this week,
Mhm.
set it up, and just try one stream over there. That's all you gotta
Yeah.
do. Just try one
Yeah.
stream. And
I feel like I'm 16 again. Pat, try this one beer.
listen. And when you're sitting there, you're playing, and all of a sudden you're just playing your game, and all of a sudden achievements are popping. You're like, wait, what's that? Oh,
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
There's
Oh,
achievements
There's
already?
achievements built in,
dude.
yeah.
There's achievements built
They-
into it.
Just rolled that out back in
Yo,
November.
That pushes me, man, because I'm like, it shows you like, hey, you need this to get this, and then you're like, I'm not that far away, and then you start pushing. I'm telling you, man, it'll take over your life.
Yeah, dude, it's
really
really awesome.
awesome. It's pretty awesome.
I will say, as like a little tidbit to anybody out there that's looking to start in streaming, don't get discouraged by the numbers. Just stream, enjoy the video games that you're playing. Get used to being, having a voice on there. If you're gonna have a webcam, you're gonna have a mic and all that stuff. Just get comfortable with that. I spent about a year talking to myself on camera before anybody acknowledged anything.
Yeah.
And then I spent another 6 months after that on Twitch before anybody noticed me on Twitch.
Yeah.
That got all the guff, and I'm still working it through. Still learning stuff. I'm still being a goofball.
He's an idiot. He is the funniest streamer. Hey, Miyamoto, and he like turns the chair. It looks like he's driving the car, and he's like waving. I'm like, this guy is such a clown. It is the best. That is the best thing ever, dude. I love that. Clicks a button. He's driving the car, and there's Miyamoto and Iwata and Reggie, and I'm like, this is the best, dude.
Oh man, but yeah, no, like, just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. Don't pay attention to numbers. Just freaking go. And it's just like YouTube. What I was saying last week. Go with with what you feel is best for you. You'll find your voice eventually.
Yeah, definitely. So Bobby's on the rumor mill this week. What do we got, Bobby?
There's a rumor that, so PUBG hit the Xbox a couple weeks ago, and PUBG, for those that know, players don't know Battleground, which is this big game where it's these battle royal type things. Basically, what happens?
It's not a bar.
It drops. What's that?
It's not a bar.
No.
Damn it!
So it drops.
Come on, don't tease me like
map,
this.
And then when it drops you, basically there's a circle. It's a big size circle, and you need to get into that circle. And then after so many minutes, the circle shrinks, and it starts shrinking. And you need to kill people. Like it's kill or be killed. So it's kind of cool because it's two aspects. It's like, one, you need to get into the circle, but two, you also need to watch out where people are coming from. And there's like buildings and huts and all that. Well, before PUBG actually went to consoles, Fortnite actually took that player model, the Battleground system player model, and they implemented it. Now there's a rumor that it could potentially be coming to the Nintendo Switch. So I'm curious, are you guys excited about this? Do you not care about this? Like, what's your feelings on this type of game coming to Switch? Are you excited about the Battle Royale games? Patrick, you were the one that kind of was like, I don't think you are, so I want to hear your
Yeah, he chuckled, yeah.
No, well, because I've never played it. I don't really see like the big hype in it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I don't own those consoles.
Yeah.
But I know that PUBG looks like a PS2 game. I don't know about Fortnite though.
Fortnite is more cartooniest, and that's
Team
why
Fortress,
I think,
right?
Kind of like Overwatch.
Like
it's kind of like an Overwatch type game, but not so much.
Yeah.
It does look like. For me, what's exciting about that is it feels like a Nintendo game. Like, it's one of those games that, like, when you go play, it's like, hey, man, this would be right at home on a Nintendo game. Because the characters are more cartoony and stuff. Like, you get the guys with the big shoulders and all that stuff. And then, like, it's different. It's definitely different.
I think that any one of those, like, cult games that are, like, in right now, I think, like, if Overwatch, PUBG, Fortnite, whoever makes it to the Switch first is going to make a fortune. Because I think that the Nintendo community wants some bigger game to all join in. Yeah. Like Rocket League is super popular right now.
Man.
Yeah. I think I'm surprised that one hasn't come over yet, like Call of Duty or something like that. I think Overwatch would do incredible.
Yeah.
Fortnite, I've been hearing a lot of good things on it. I think it'd be a home run.
Yeah.
I think the community, I mean, we all like our Nintendo games, but we're all super competitive too. Like I actually think that I think it's this month or February, Payday. I think Payday is going to do pretty good.
I think
a four-player like multiplayer game, shooting, first-person shooter. So I think they'd be dumb not to. It is exciting because it is a major third-party game. So I'm for it. I think it'd do well.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, with that whole battle royale scene that's happening, it's a shame that Kirby Battle Royale isn't that. But I digress. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. I think. What you shaking your head? I had to make that pun. Come on now.
Hey.
With Fortnite in particular, I think it'd be cool to get something that would be portable. I think what would be really awesome is if it happens to make the Switch, being able to just sort of like pull it out, play with 8 other people in that battle royale style together, like that would be crazy. There's so many ideas there that you can work with. Yeah, Fortnite's such an interesting game. I've been trying to watch it on Twitch because there's one of the people in my community that streams that game. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I don't know if I would play it all the time, but I think it'd be something that I could dip in every once in a blue moon, be terrible, but have a team that can kind of help carry me so that way I can kind of learn. Sort of like in Monster Hunter, where I've just been learning through the community about that game and having a lot of tips. Like that's the one time that I've like turned off the backseat gaming, just like, I need to learn this game. Teach me, guys. I feel like that could be one of those games. And if they do happen to make it to Switch, then man, PUBG, which I know they're like really focused on getting the Xbox One features set up, and like they're still having their kinks here and there. I'd imagine their focus would probably get it to the PlayStation 4 first before Switch. I feel like whenever Switch is mentioned with these new games, it's sort of still on the we're thinking about it, but not. They're like tiptoeing around the subject. And...
Well, when they were asked about Fortnite, the president of the developer was just like, I think it's Epic Games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is Epic.
They were like, yeah, we're interested. We're definitely interested. They're looking at it. So that's kind of promising. And I think they recognize that, like, hey, man, this game would actually do well. You know, and if they can get it set up with a cross-play thing, you know, obviously Sony's not going to want to do anything, but Xbox and Nintendo would work together, and man, that would be massive.
Gangbusters, dude.
Yeah, because you look at already what like Rocket League. Like I look at last night. Like I was playing Rocket League last night, and you know it was me and Rybo and a bunch of us were playing, and then here comes Sean Capri and Luke Lore, and they're playing on their Xboxes, and it was like, this is awesome, man.
That's awesome.
This is so cool to be playing with people that are on different consoles, and it's like, because it keeps the lobby flowing, and when people come to the cool thing about it was when people were coming to the stream last night, it was like, well, what are you playing on? It doesn't matter. I'm not playing on PS4, so come play. And in the title, I put the name of the room and I put the password, and people just were showing up. And it's like, that's is awesome, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome,
that's so cool.
That's what's intriguing with this too. Is like, Fortnite's different in the fact of like you can actually build forts as well. And I don't like that aspect. I just want to go play.
It's like crafting meets
fighting.
Actual PvP, right?
Yeah. So like, it drops you off and you go and you start finding your weapons. And then you can actually like, so you could build like a little base around you to kind of protect you and stuff. But you're also going out and you're like trying to do stuff too. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. And if we can get into the aspect of like, it would almost be like if we did it gets me actually excited to think like Nintendo, man, could you do a Splatoon where you build a map?
Oh,
Splatoon Battlefield.
And you're
Battle
they
Royal.
should.
And you're
that's
like,
a good idea.
Man, here's 100 people. Drop them in, and you just go. And the last one standing is the winner. Dude, I would be like so hyped for that. Like not
gritty Splatoon.
It doesn't even have to be gritty. It could be exactly what it is. You know, but you just
Splatoon
take
world,
You just build a gigantic map. You drop
Celeste roller.
Yeah, you drop 100 people in, and you go, dude. That would be so epic. But the nice thing the idea would be is like, you don't give people weapons. When you drop them in, they have no weapons. You go find the weapons in the world. So it would be kind of cool to be like, okay, we're going to drop you in, and, you know, that might be a little bit different, a little difficult because of the whole ink thing, and you got to swim where you're going. But it could be a thing where, like, hey, you don't swim until you actually get your first weapon. You know what I mean? And then you kind of go off and do your thing. It'd be interesting. But to pull it back in, like, I love the conversation. I love the idea of like, this is a possibility. Let's see what happens here. I know
it's a lot more appealing for opposed to PUBG for me, at least.
Yeah, well,
Fortnite.
because like Sean and Toby, they're big on PUBG right now. Chelsea likes Fortnite. She'll play PUBG as well, but she likes Fortnite. So it's like you're looking at this, and it's like, man, if Fortnite comes, I know that like Mark Carabin, he would definitely be on board to playing it. I know Toby would pop over if it was on the Switch. That's the thing. Like, if you have a thing that's on the Switch, I know more people would play Switch. At least the friends that I know, Nintendo fans. If Nintendo fans right now are going elsewhere to get these experiences, that's what's speaking volumes to. That's what has to speak volumes to Nintendo and go like, "Hey guys, if you want these people to be happy over here, bring this stuff over, and they will be happy." You know, so
yeah,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but I think Patrick brings up a good point. Whoever brings it over first, that's
It'll be huge.
It's pretty much done for everyone else.
Let's shut it down, Patty.
All right, guys. So that is all for this week. Someone has to do it on YouTube.
Someone has to do it.
Right?
Someone hasn't done it all week.
Yeah,
I've been sick, man.
Sick of your excuses, Bobby.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. That is all for this week. Keep up to date on Twitter about next episode 20. We might do something a little bit different for that episode.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm. Nah, get out of here.
Are we all gonna enter a battle royale?
Yep, a
We're just
Splatoon battle royale. Before we sign out, though, why don't you guys sign out? Bobby, where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitch at _Nintendo_Guru. You can follow me on YouTube at the Nintendo Guru, or just youtube.com /Nintendo Guru. Over on YouTube. Over on Twitter and on Instagram at Nintendo Gurus. That's the best place to follow me.
You said Twitch first, guys.
Oh my
I
gosh!
just to see your face, man.
And Joe, where can they find you?
I feel like I don't have to say YouTube first anymore. This is amazing. This feels so good. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all at Joe After Work. Instagram as well. Although I don't really update there. I should.
You should.
But I don't think they can see the dragon. You should bring it over. But yes, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, you can't see the dragon. Bring it over. Tell her to
bring it over. Bring it over. Over here. No, they can only see it here.
What the hell is this?
It's a dravid.
It's a what?
It moves and everything. It's got like a whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, get the hell out of here. That's creepy looking, dude.
Yeah, it's made out of rabbit fur.
Get out of here.
What the heck? I'm kind of scared to meet Joe now.
It's faux fur, she says.
Faux fur?
Faux fur.
Yeah, we have two. We have two of them.
She put your ass in check.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.
Peace out, Preston.
Love y'all.
What was that? You ain't Super Saiyan for a second. I know.